Hello, everybody. How art thou? We good? We good? We're live. We're finally here. We're not tuning in and out. I'm sorry. I had to fix the restream. As you might have noticed, we have a third option. We have a third option now. We have a third channel now. And I screwed it up because I had the bitrate at like 1200. Actually, no, not 1200. I had it at like, I want to say, I think, 1200. 1200. The surprise tool is already messing with the stream, but no, for real. Hello, wordy nerds. Hello. Cumulative. Hello, Mirai. Hello, Derek. Hello, Nick Gamer. Hello. Soul Dipper. And of course, our honorary members, Soul Slayer, Music Boy, and XA44. We've got a lot of things to talk about as well. And hello, Kuma. Guys, we've got a lot of things to talk about. 320 x 300 resolution? No bitrate. Hopefully the picture is the picture quality okay? It ain't. What the crap was that? Oh. I was looking at shorts earlier. Kuma and everyone. Picture looks alright? Alright. Now, I'm excited. I'm serious. Let us go. Meet our makers. Look at that. We had to do a new chat. Yes, we had to do a new chat. I liked the old one. However, the green was so hard to see, and I hated it. It was worse than the tiny white text. So we now we're back to tiny white text, but now we have a black outline so we can actually see what is on screen. It's warmed up on me. Yes, indeed. Oh, hello, Kendra. How are you tonight? Hello, Mr. J. Hello. But I am doing good. We are about to get started because something's missing on screen. Something is missing on the tiny, tiny screen. And I don't know what. Can you guys point to what's missing? Glad to hear it. Yeah. Gasp, what could be missing? New model? Well, unfortunately, I am the one that is missing on screen. Thank you for subscribing, Kuma, and thank you for following Normix. Thank you. We have a couple of new additions, but something is missing. Where's the venison? What mysterious something? The deer. Did you shrink in the wash? A little. I'm right over here, guys. Can't believe you're so blind. You're so blind. Why are you so blind? But I'm too far away. So let's fix that. Let's fix that right now. Let us fix that right now. Dun 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 delia ta 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 Hello, everyone. It is me, CHIBI. Behold the Chibi Kid. Are you crashing through your window? Unfortunately, I do not have Kool-Aid Man powers. What? Wait, where's the sapling? Yeah! You guys don't get it, do you? Chibi-kin, otherwise known as Sonic Ken, has no sapling. Sonic Kendra does not have sapling. She actually, now that I think about it, I forgot to tell them to add the bandana on my arm. Chibi Ken doesn't have a bandana. But she is small and she is a cutie. But hello everybody, it is I, your lovely new neighborhood reindeer, Kendrillion, here debuting her Chibi model. This is so splendid, it's so great. I hope you guys love it. Look at me. Now obviously if you've noticed, we don't got full body rigging, we too poor for that unfortunately. But guess what? I can move my head in several different directions now. And I was messing with expressions earlier. Is it not working this time? Ah! Ah! No, it's not working this time. Bobblehead Kendra, truly indeed. Unfortunately, I had to move the camera to the floor because unfortunately, I do not have custom chair. I didn't get custom chair privileges this time. So I gotta make myself a custom chair. I gotta show off the things. I gotta show off. You see, look at her. She's so cute. She's so cute. Am I right, everybody? I'm adorable. I am the pinnacle. I am. I hope you love me. Also, if you guys notice, we got a couple of things. We got a couple of new things to talk about. We got two things actually. We got a couple. Because this is not the only thing that changed. You see, for a little bit, if you were in the Discord, oh, that's right, I forgot. So I know some of you are already starting to use the throw redeems. Where are they? Where did they go? Oh crap, I forgot to turn it on! Ah! I forgot to turn it on! Crap, now you're gonna see the overlay and everything. Crap! There we go. Ah, crap. Now you guys are gonna see the overlay and I'm gonna look stupid. But there you go. Alright. Time to hide the overlay and put it right here. Okay. The sound should be working, but it should be working. Let's see. The sound should be working. What, right? There you go. You should be able. There we go. We're doing the throw redeems. Yes, I finally did it, everybody. I got them working. I got the redeems working. We've got throwing redeems now. And of course we have bonk redeems. Now bonk redeems are different because they're the emotes. A bicycle? Yes. I have feet. Well, I've always had feet. You guys just don't see them often. But we have throw redeems. And we have bonk redeems. You have the silliest cackle. Thank you very much. Are you standing on your toes? No, these are my feet. Oh wait, yes I am. No, these are my feet. These are my hooves. You guys have always questioned if I had hooves or not. Finally, the second I get hooves, you guys are questioning my existence. You question my existence. Why you do that? That'll probably get me banned from Twitch. Fortunately, reindeer panties are a dime a dozen. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Was it? There you go. Throw redeems. So for those on Twitch, you guys have throw redeems. Are you bald in the back? No, these are all my hair, bro. Have you not seen how Sonic has hair? Amy Rose. For those that don't know, this design is actually based on my recent Sonic design from when we were playing Sonic, which, by the way, I finally found the freaking controller. Turns out, while cleaning up, I put it in my drawing bag and told myself that I would put it in my drawing bag. Then I forgot about it because we hadn't touched Sonic in a while from that point on. And then when I finally got a new remote, I found it in my bag when I went to go put my little thing away. The thing to hold up my drawing pad, which is now a book stand. So now, I then had to return the controller, and then they returned my money, but they didn't return my money in the proper place, and they had to do a gift card, which thankfully turned out to be good anyway, because then I ended up investing the money into something else. Sitting right next to me right now, but I still gotta wait for parts for that. I still gotta wait to collect parts for that. Hi Kendra, you look like you're from Animal Crossing. Thank you Dennis the wolf. Kinda bald to me. That sounds like a skill issue on your part. Nice indeed. Bro, I brought a new pen for my drawing tab after looking for the pen for like a month. Then, when the new one came in, I found out I was stuck under my keyboard. Ain't that just the way it goes? Here's the thing, at least when you lose a pen and you buy another pen and then find the old one, you have two pens to interchange for when you finally for when you do actually lose it eventually. What am I gonna do with two controllers? Two USB controllers. The first one was just in a bag. What am I gonna do with two controllers? I don't invite people to where I live. I don't want human interaction at all. Also, yes, we finally have redeems for, we got redeems. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the sound, but we got redeems for YouTube side now, finally, too. After 3 years, we got redeems for YouTube. And, of course, if you follow me on Kick, because we now have a Kick channel. We've had a Kick channel, actually, for like 2 years, but I haven't streamed on it yet. But we have things on Kick. We had things working on Kick now. We got Kick, and people probably like, oh Kendra, but you shouldn't be on Kick because there are bad people. If I list off all the things that I've seen on Twitch, bro, it ain't really that much better. Plus that sucker's going down in a couple years anyway. Kendra, it's me, Sonic, just letting you know. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot you changed your name right before I went on hiatus. Kick is a million times better than Twitch. Listen. People get so weird about Kick, man. Here's the thing, in the beginning, it made sense for people to be weirded out with Kick. Even I was kind of weirded out by Kick. The problem is that right after that, Twitch started getting outed for all their pedophiles, and then people started spamming more Nazi symbols and stuff like that. So that, and even still before all that started happening, my first introduction to Twitch was one of their top streamers advocating for the harassment of black queers. So it really wasn't that much better. It really wasn't that much better. All I know about Kick is that it's the place that lolcows go when they get banned from YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. I just see it as a third avenue. Corrects my knuckles. I had trauma from Kick as a kid, so her kicks make me cringe. You see that right there, everybody? It's a sad thing. Trauma is a sad thing. You need to clown those variation of Twitch like you did with Kick. Oh wait. Yeah. But the thing is though, Twitch is salty because people are working with VTubers at Kick to make the Kick hat. Nobody at Twitch wants to work with VTubers though. Nobody at Kick wants to work with nobody at Twitch wants to work with VTubers because they're too busy banning people over thighs. Too much people banning over thighs, so unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Why did you vanish for so long? Now that is a good question, Dennis. That is a good question. We'll talk about this. So, for those that don't know, we came back today with a 3D reveal. However, there was a kind of month of chaos that some of you in the Discord are aware of, and I will be addressing that on Friday. But for now, we will not. Other than that, one of the reasons why I was absent was because, if you also saw on Twitter, I kind of was starting to lose my mind a bit. But not because of what was going on for the rest of June. What happened was that we took our dogs out one day. Fine day. It was a good, splendid day. And what ended up happening was that I went to go pet my dog, and just suddenly near the end of May, I just started seeing bumps, and I kept scratching myself, and I was like, huh, that's kind of weird. As it turns out, they caught fleas. They caught fleas. The other dogs, they ended up catching fleas. I also ended up accidentally catching fleas. But the worst part of catching fleas was the fact that compared to the rest of my family, I apparently have the sweet blood. So for pretty much the entirety of May until June, I was just attacked by fleas. And it was getting so bad, I had to spray for fleas in my room and other rooms in one of the sectors of my house, because that's where I stream and that's where I sleep. The thing was though, I sprayed so much of the chemicals to kill the fleas because I thought it was okay because, you know, they're chemicals, but hey, they had the flea smelling mint, they had the mint smell, and I would just sit in my room for hours. Turns out that was bad too. Because what happened was that I ended up realizing for 3 weeks straight, since I was spraying the chemicals for 3 weeks straight, I had poisoned myself. I had poisoned myself for 3 weeks. And then eventually it got to the point where I was like, Mom, we have an infestation of fleas. And they're only attacking me. Did you poison yourself? Yes, because I sprayed a thick layer like across an entire section of the house. Issue is, I sleep there, and I sprayed it everywhere. And when I mean I sprayed it everywhere, I mean I sprayed, like, there is not even 1/2 of the bottle left. I sprayed it to the point where there is like a thin puddle inside the bottle. That is how much I sprayed. And it was a big bottle, about the size of like, you know those Starbucks cups? I have it like right next to me. How tall is this thing? The bottle was around this size, and it was about, this bottle right here is close to 23 centimeters or 9 inches. So I basically sprayed about probably like 8-10 inches of flea spray in my room and in the bathroom, because they were also attacking me in the bathroom. They were mostly attacking me in the bathroom, and my brother's room, and the hallway, and then my floors, and then I sprayed my beds, and then I sprayed my stuffed animals, and then I pretty much practically poisoned myself. And then by the time we finally got rid of every like bug in the house, because what happened was that we had to bomb the house, which basically means we bug bombed the house, went outside, had fun, but unfortunately because I didn't realize I had poisoned myself, I couldn't really have fun. And then we came back, we rested. I couldn't even sleep in my own bed for a couple of days because we had to wash everything, because when you bomb your house, you gotta wash your clothes. You gotta wash the blankets and stuffed animals and all that type of stuff. That sucked. That sucked. Hopefully you're okay. I sprayed some wasp spray the other day, and I was only in the small space for half an hour, and I felt like trash after. That's the thing. I got used to it, to the point where after we finally had cleared out the house and finally had gotten rid of the spray, my body was detoxing from that spray. I was also mentally exhausted. The chemicals from the bombs, because even though you bomb and air out the house, you still have the lingering effects so that it can kill the lingering bugs. And then the chemicals from the flea spray and the chemicals from the bomb spray mixed together, and then I felt like I wanted to die the next day after. Now here's the thing also, in order to bomb your house, you also have to remove stuff from your cabinets so that they can get into every creak and crevice. So on top of having to deal with both chemical sprays inflicting my body and attacking me for 2 days after that had happened, I had to help put the dishes away. But the thing is that the people who were going to help me, they had work, so they left, and then my sister who was supposed to help me, she had a trip, she left, so basically I had to do it all by myself, and then I was in pain the entire time. And on top of that, my period started, so I was being chemically poisoned. I was exhausted from moving all the dishes and everything out, and then my period started, so I was also in pain on top of it. All on your own? Yeah. I needed the exercise. Don't feel bad for me. Of course. Cosmic dominoes. And here's the thing. Like I said, this was all in the first 3. Here's the thing. This all happened June 3rd, going back 2 weeks. Going back 2 weeks into May. So this was 3 weeks of just back-to-back craziness. And here's the thing. That's not even talking about what ended up happening after June 3rd, which again, we will be talking about on Friday, but I have to organize stuff. If you see the black stream, that stream is going to be very, very specific. I'm still trying to work things out and trying to put everything together. When that stream happens, I'm going to preemptively say this. If you can't, I guess, I wouldn't say it's like a normal tier list stream, because it's not. It's going to be kind of serious. If you are, like I said, if you are in the Discord and you know what's going on, but stuff happened, bro. Stuff happened in the month of June. Is all I'm saying. Hey, but once that finally ended, everything was fine, right? Right? The only thing that ended was my poisoning and the period. Luck so bad, she almost got destroyed. The doom in June. No, for real, fireworks came early. You gotta admit, yeah, I'm not kidding. For 4th of July, someone was shooting their fireworks, and the sun didn't even set yet. She's not beating the drama tuber allegations. Listen, I think what's funny is that I'm not a drama tuber. We'll get into, like I said, we'll get into it on Friday. I'll finish up with that and then we'll talk about what happened on Friday. But, oh my gosh. June has been a crazy month. I had to sort some stuff out. We're finally here. I actually was supposed to come back halfway through June. But like I said, we'll talk about it Friday. Drama Friday. Oh my gosh, it's totally gonna be Drama Friday. But that ain't the only surprise I have for you guys. As you guys saw, we have notifications from YouTube side and Twitch side and Kick side. We also have throwing and bonk redeems. We also have, of course, our little notifications now because I figured out how to do notifications. Now we no longer have spam notifications of Nightbot and Stream Elements sending the same message twice a stream, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And we have one more surprise, or a couple. We have at least 3 more surprises. Number 1, because I don't like showing this off. Actually, hold up. Since we did our talking, I'm gonna swap to that thing right now. So give me a moment. Let me do that real quick. Real quick. Dun 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 dun. Let's see, because we have a thing, we have a secret thing, because the chibi was not the only thing. The chibi was not the only thing that I had in store. Surprise! We got feet, and we got a nice dress, a nice skirt indeed. We have a 3D Madonna on today's stream. Hello everybody. Yes, your girl's here. She did it. We got 3D stream. We got 3D. We did it, guys. We are be our guest. Oh my gosh. Listen, admire the model. You're gonna have to admire the model a bit because I need to also prepare something else because I forgot to do something before stream. For you see, this is our 3D model to describe basically what I'm trying to get at. So I've actually had this 3D model in the works for a while, but originally what we were going to do is we were going to use it for VR chat. VR chat turned out to be a lot harder than I thought. So that turned out to not be, that turned out to, be a lot harder than I thought. So I had put it to the side and I was like, you know what, when I finally get a VR chat model, I'll finally be able to do it. We haven't touched VR chat since. I'm just gonna say that right now, I have not touched VR chat since. But as I was putting the Chibi live together, I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be cool if I did that? Wouldn't it be cool if I just snuck the thing in here? Wouldn't it be cool if I snuck the thing in here? And I did. I did very much. I can't see anybody's chat right now, but just know. You will know why in a second. Oh. Dun dun dun. So, don't. Huh? Hold up. Hold up. Okay, I thought something happened. So I thought something happened. We good. Let's see. I have to fix this because I almost forgot. Because that would be pretty bad. That would be so mean, and I don't want to be mean. I hate doing this. This is so embarrassing because I should have thought of this yesterday, but I didn't because I was dumb. There you go. Let me handle this, and then that should be it. I'm so done with this and I hate it, but we got it done. Full body. I'll be more prepared when I do this again next time. Okay, that's it. Okay, there, finally, certified yapper. As of no more, Chibi form become marketable plushie trophies. People will still call you Noelle. Screw you. I don't know where that comparison came from. Where did that comparison even come from? Do a backflip? Okay. Let me do this. Let me see if I can try this. Wait, do we hold up. Okay, there we go. The 3D model does work still. All right, let's do a backflip. Let's do backflip. Let's do backflip. Whoa. Backflip so good. I want to see me do it again. We do it, guys. We did it. We backflip twice. Do a triple axel. Yo, that one song. But we did it, guys. We did it. We did it. We're certified. We're 3D. We spick, we span, we clean. Now I can't smile, but know that no sheer disappointment is to come in the future. But I look super cute, don't I? Now the hoof tracks are on the wall. That was so fast, it was faster than the flash. But yes, I have 3D model now. Well, I've always had 3D model, but I didn't know how to use it before. Now I know how to use it. And now 3D and 3D Chibi will be used more frequently in the future. Thing is though, is the Chibi has its own, and the Chibi is a little too small for her chair. And I did not have time to make a custom one due to the events of June. Therefore, in the future, you will see the Chibi get her own soft plush chair in the vein of 2.0. However, speaking of 2.0, you guys might have noticed the channel. We've got a new banner after 5 years. we have changed our banner. 3D concert? Gosh. 3D karaoke, why not? You know what 3D model means? Yeah! There were a couple of things we needed to get done. And so, like I said, you might have noticed, we have a new logo now. What happened was that originally I was going to use the old logo when replacing the banner, but I lost it somewhere in my files, or I accidentally deleted it. It's just no longer, I no longer have it anymore. And if I find it, I'm gonna have to delete it because now we replaced the old logo with the new logo. Basically, can we kick Chibi Ken? No, but you can throw stuff at her. What is it? When 2D Chibi. If we do 2D Chibi, it's probably going to look like the, I'm not sure if I want to do the Sonic Chibi or if I do regular Chibi. I think I might do Sonic Chibi if we do 2D Chibi. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll pretend the Chibi flies. I don't know how. Technically, actually, I did say this in, while describing my character sheet. Chibi Ken specifically, Sonic Kendra, cannot fly, but she can float because her jacket acts kind of like a float, acts kind of like a parachute. Yeah, so kind of like not Tails, like Ray the Mighty Squirrel. So technically, Chibi can fly, but it's like under specific circumstances. You gotta have the wind. You gotta have the wind current, Sonic style. You know, Sonic style. She can glide. Exactly. Chibi cannot fly, but she can glide. Let's call the Chibi Kendra, and what was it? And the name will be Kibi. Okay, hold up. You're cooking with that. You're cooking with that one, Dennis. You actually cooked with that one. Ray the Squirrel, Mighty the Armadillo. Exactly. That's not fly, that's folly with style. And she does indeed fall with style. Let me move me over real quick, because I'm kind of drifting off to the side over here. Let me see that. There we go. I think that should be good. You can kick her by technicality by going to kick. No, you're right. No, unironically. Will there be a Kendrillion video game? I wish. What is it? All right. Hold up. It looks like we're having a thing go off right now. All right, everybody. On congrats on 2K. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot the reason why we're celebrating Chibi and 3D is because we hit 2K. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing Mr. Beast pose. The downside of not having full body tracking, bros. We hit 2K. Yay! And thank you all for 2K. It was a hard time. I know I started slowing down on videos from burnout and poisoning, but I thank you all for coming this far and celebrating and stuff like that. I was so happy. We finally hit 2018 in the subscriber count. Yo, we probably have 2019 now. A FNAF game called Five Nights at Kendra's Diner. Oh my gosh, if we do that, I'm gonna have 3 more 3D models, which I technically specifically plan to do. There's actually a reason why I want to do I'm gonna plan on doing a couple of 3D models throughout the years, and there's a reason for that. You guys don't know, but if you know a Vocaloid producer, if you know a very specific Vocaloid producer, get ready for that in a couple of years, okay? I ain't spoiling now, but no, it will happen one day, and you will just have to look forward to it. She hit 2K, wins a 2K streak. Now I gotta edit the title and be like, Chibi debut, oh yeah, and 2K. 2K celebration. No, we're doing that right now. 2K, 2D, 2K special. 2K special. Gosh, I sound so stupid. 2K special. 3D Chibi reveal and more. You. Oh my gosh. This is so stupid. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me see this. Let me fix it, because I realized I didn't change the title on other platforms. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird kind of a little bit now that we can kind of customize Kick along with everything else now. It's weird, but at the same time, I like it. I hope we can keep going. Peace. There we go. Alright, saving the title. A surprise tool. We are professionals here. No, we're not. Y2K! Yeah! I'm playing with my kitten right now. Yes, you did mention kitten earlier. That's so sweet! Thank you. No. Why am I saying thank you for telling me you have a cat? But thank you. Thank you all for supporting me to 2K. I am super grateful for that. I hope I can make something vaguely nutritious for dinner tonight. To be fair, I tried doing that too. Didn't work out though. I'm trying though. I gotta force myself. Do you like Chibi that much? Yes, I do like Chibis. Chibis are cute. Kendra is just a giggle box today. Can you tell she's happy to be back? Brothers, I am. I was so burnt out because I did, what is it? If you guys saw, there were a lot of posts on YouTube and stuff like that. What happened was that originally I was supposed to take a break in January. For the past 2 years, I would take a break in January to refresh myself for the year, but I did not do that this year because I thought I was ready, and I was, or at least I thought I was. And what ended up happening was because I did not take that month right after the holiday to like just calm down, reset, regroup, and all that type of stuff. I ended up burning myself out pretty much for the last 6 months. And I would try and get videos out. I really desperately did. That didn't work out, and I hated making videos. And then now we reach the end of June and into July, and there's just no videos other than the videos that I'm gonna release. So there obviously were gonna be some schedule changes, and mostly not just because of burnout, but because of stuff I'm going to do in the future, like the last time I talked about it. Basically, what is now going to happen is that there will not be 4 clips a month. Well, 3 clips since the speed paint change, but there will no longer be 4 clips a month. 3 clips a month. Because I want to make room to do more covers and stuff like that. And in order to do covers, I gotta hit a slot up for, I gotta remove a slot. I gotta remove a slot for the, I gotta remove the slots for the clips. Not only that, I just kind of want to declutter the clips because let's be real here, clips don't do super well. I'm not famous yet. I'm not famous yet. I can make some room for some covers. Then I'm starting to like doing covers, but I'm also finding an excuse not to make covers because there's clips in the way. So I gotta force myself. I gotta force myself to do more covers and make room and stuff. That's fair, that's fair. So basically, yes, not only that, but if you guys have also noticed, YouTube now added a community tab where you guys can post on my channel. I will be curating it, obviously, because I know good and well there's gonna be weirdos out there. But in short, we now have a community tab. That is where, if you guys want to post fan art, or if you guys just want to post a stupid post over there, you can do that. And starting not this Friday, but next Friday, every other Friday, I will try to post fan art. I will have what is like fan art Fridays, basically, where I post fan art in that section so that we can just have more fan art circulating outside of just me putting it on Twitter and putting it in like the weekly schedule and stuff like that, because some of the artwork is really good and I don't like how it keeps covering up, you know what I mean? And I never have an excuse to post fan art anyway, and I want to post more fan art. We also, if you guys also saw on the tab, one of the first fan arts we posted was from Lang Zuma. I did not commission that piece from Lang Zuma. If you guys don't know, Lang Zuma was the one who did the reindeer red nose Kendra for Christmas when I asked for that last year, and I paid her the donation because she takes commissions via donating to charities, and I really liked that. And she just randomly sent me, just tagged me like, hey, like, cool that you reached 2K. And I was like, I didn't ask for this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I was so happy for that, you know? Yeah, that community tab has zero stupid posts at all. Yeah, some of you keep comparing me to some girl named Noelle from Deltarune. I checked out at chapter 1 like 5 years ago, bro. I know barely anything about Deltarune other than I think Birdly dies. I think there's a character. I think that character's name is Birdly or Bradley. I'm pretty sure it's Birdly because that's a Toby Fox pun. That's a Toby Fox pun if I've ever seen one. Oh my gosh. But yes, but this is not the only thing. This is not the only thing I wanted to show you guys. I'm pretty sure it was the logo. Bam! There you go. We have logo now. So like I said earlier, we had to change the logo because I wanted to kind of revamp the channel a little bit. This was originally supposed to be the 2.0 logo, and it is actually still the 2.0 logo. I hope you guys like it. This is now the new logo. Let me move over real quick. This will be our new logo from now on. If you guys remember, I briefly showed it, and I clipped that. I accidentally showed it. And it is basically a visual novel style logo. Why specifically visual novel style? I'll talk about it when I debut 2.0. But 2.0 is not here yet, so you're just gonna have to stick with the bits and pieces I feed you. Is it the new logo or the replacement logo? Technically, it's both. It's both. Basically, what ended up happening was that as I was looking for the new logo, the old logo, to replace replace the old banner on YouTube, I basically stumbled across this and realized I could use this, but I could also just make a new one, but I don't have time to replace it because the time was getting close. And then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of sick of the old logo because it's not representative of, it's representative of when I was barely starting to understand how to do graphic design. And this is the culmination of that. This was like my first step into graphic design. Thank you, graphic design class. I took I took after the pandemic. I took one graphics design class. This is what I got, bros. Took one graphic design class, didn't go back the following year, made this one the year after. Oh, you even got it spelled out in katakana down there. Yes, I did. Because VTubers want to attract that Japanese audience. Now, if you also know, some of you might be cultured out there. You might be like, hey, wait a minute, what are those over there? Those are the logos used as references. You might be too cultured if you understand some of these, if you know what these logos are. Just a little bit too cultured out there. But it was, if you guys also remember, I did a clip a couple of months back where I said the best type of logos in Japan are not the logos of safer work stuff. It's gonna be the Eroge. Eroge has the best logos, my guys. Eroges have the best logos, and I think my logo is a pretty good logo and very VTuber-esque without being. Can I be real with you? Okay, this is gonna sound really controversial. I do not like VTuber logos. Can I be real with you? I hate them. They're very simple and they don't stand out. It's always super basic blocky text with maybe minimal design. It's why I always tell people, if you want to like learn actual logos, study real logos. Can I be real with you? Study real logos. Study game logos. Study non-game logos. None of these logos look anywhere similar to each other. They're all visual novels from like the 2000s. Maybe having incest, but they're all unique logos. Oh my gosh, she actually spitting. I'm right, am I? I'm right, am I? Listen, I made a VTuber logo. I hate how that thing looks. It just sits on my desktop now because I don't want to get rid of it because I worked hard on it. But I hate VTuber logos. I hate the way VTuber logos look. I mean it. I'm sorry. Duly noted, then I ignore the advice. Nothing wrong with incest and visual novels. Bye. Bye, Dennis. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Listen. You're not gonna get shamed for your preferences here. I'm into age gap. I like age gap manga, so long as it's not like weird about it. I have my preferences. You're not gonna get shamed here unless it's weird. Then I will point and laugh. But basically, this is our new logo. I'm gonna and we have a black and white version too. So that if I have to do like a specific type of logo style, we just have it available. Yeah, they need to become more creative and less generic and cutesy. Yeah. My thing with the VTuber logos is that in the beginning it was cool. And then people cracked the formula, and then it started being like generic. You know what I mean? When something is around long enough, you crack the formula, and then everybody does it, and then it just looks boring. And I was like, I don't want a logo like that. And I was tempted many times to like purchase one, but then I kept looking at their portfolio, and it was generic. It's either big blocky text or New Times Roman type text. And I was just like, cause this text right here, I had to custom make it. It's like a different type of font, I don't remember, and that actually screwed me over at one point because I realized I forgot what text I was using when I was creating this. But basically, this is slanted. I slanted it and then slanted it more myself, and then I kept doing it. Can you guys find the K? Because it is K. And what's the glitch for? You'll find out when 2.0 comes out. The logo kind of reminds me of Empty Horizons. What's Empty Horizons? Design really does pop. See? You see that right there? That's exactly. I spent 2 months on this, creating the design. And then after I accidentally leaked it, I was able to come up with a better design in like less than 5 seconds. Not less than 5 seconds. Basically, I experimented with this design for like I came up with a design in a total of a couple of months. Failed. Then after I accidentally leaked the beta design on screen because I forgot to close the I forgot to close the Clip Studio window. I was able to crack something, and I was able to like design something. And I liked what I got. I liked the colors, I liked everything that came from it, and then I made it more uniform as I kept trying to go for it. What's Empty Horizon? Empty Horizon. Yeah, that sounds about right. I should have known. Visual novel. Visual novel. Yes. Oh, I can see it. I can actually see it. Okay. Probably using the same font. Probably using a similar close font that I did. And most of this stuff is handmade, by the way. All this like design sequence and stuff. This heart took forever. This heart looping over here for the bottom swing of the K took forever. This sucker took forever. It sucked, bros. It sucked. And now it's one of the most difficult parts to organize whenever I have to put this logo on something, but I did it. I did it. It has a really good silhouette, and that's exactly what the black and white one is for any silhouette type stuff. You know what I mean? This black and white one is for any silhouette type stuff, in case I want to put it on black and white. The little icons on there are references to technically a defunct thing I'm no longer doing for 2.0 because I ended up realizing that I'm just having a bunch of things everywhere, but it is remnants of that, and I'm keeping it on there because I like it. And I like it. It's still gonna be referenced in my lore down the line, but not now. Not here. I was gonna search it and post it, but seems you already found it. Whoa, what? Oh yes, Ken Radio. Yes, to me it reminds me of a visual novel title because I based this entire logo off visual novels. I based it entirely off visual novels. Every reference sheet you see here, yeah, because I'm spitting. Every reference sheet you see here, let me make it bigger, is a visual novel. Every reference sheet right here is a visual novel, except my favorite anime of all time, Moaru Penguin Drum. That's what based these little tiny icons are. That's what the tiny icons are based on. Because I like Penguin Drum, and I'm going to shill it. I'm going to shill Penguin Drum forever. I'm going to shill Penguin Drum forever, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Let me fix this because let me fix this. There we go. We're back on track. So let me take you out of the way. There we go. When can I play a Galgay? Maybe one day. We'll probably do that one Galgay, the shooter one, the shooter Galgay. Maybe one day. Evening, Kendra. Congrats on the 3D model. Thank you, Robotic Turtle. Hi. Also, Mississippi Gonzo Red Corn. Mississippi, thank you, hello. I'm sorry, I forgot to say hi. I almost forgot to say hi. Kendra gameplay versus Kendra lore. But I love visual novel titles. There's one thing I will always love, it's visual novel titles. I love the characters, but I always loved the way the logos looked. I love them so much, you know? But there's another thing that I want to show you that I have not talked about, even though some of you have noticed. But for those that were in the Discord, you might have seen this. You might have seen this. What do you think this is for? The goober. Yes. Yes, indeed. The goober. You know, I could have hydrated if I brought water up and then I forgot. Guys, it was a long time coming, and I originally had a different idea for it. But This little creature is no longer staying secret anymore. If you guys have noticed, my chair, everything about my things ends up getting referenced about either in a brownish type way, which I feel like I want to change, but and you know what, it goes. Or this little guy. He creeps up every time. I came up with him years ago for a Mario project. What Mario project? I'll talk about that one day. One day I will talk about that project. But he has been in that project for the last since I graduated high school. And every once in a while, he sneaks back up into my projects from here and there, and I don't know why. And then I was just like, you know what? I want to put him in. I'm gonna draw him. I'm gonna put him on Twitter. And I was like, hey guys, this is a thing I remember making, and he always pops up in my work for some reason. Ain't that funny? And then one time, while I was on break, I was like, hey, chat. Discord, chat. How do you feel about this creature? Everyone loved him. And I said, chat, that's you now. This is who you guys are now. This two-tailed cat creature. Originally, its name was a Felice, because it is technically a cat creature with its twin tails. It is a cat creature. It looks nothing like a cat, but it is a part of the cat species. And then, one time, while I was working on some stuff in the background, I was testing some stuff for stream. Because, again, if you guys know, I was testing stuff on stream, and some of you guys caught it. You guys caught it a couple of days ago. So one of you, who is a longtime member, who probably, I'm not sure if you're here, or if you, every time, once in a while, you pop up in stream, and I keep forgetting, and I'm sorry. Longtime fans know, one of the first couple of streams I did was because I had taken a, coding-ish type class to get my GEs. And I had to do a semi-ASMR because I had to read an hour of chapters. It was so painful, and that class was so terrible. But one of the things I did to make one of the chapter readings so good was finding a term called a quabit. I don't even remember if that was really in the textbook. I deleted that textbook and I was not paying for it. But I kept saying quabit. I spelled it out for the people. And then I realized, instead of calling this thing a Felice, we'll call him a quabit. I looked it up. Quabit is technically a thing, but quabit with two T's is not a thing. This right here is a quabit. You are quabits now. You are my quabits. Alright, quabit chat? You are still my chat, but you are my quabits. Alright, my quabits? Sounds so cringe, oh my gosh. Guess what? We're anime girls. We can be cringe. You guys are now my quabits. I love it so much. You are my quabits. That is the title of our fandom. You know, the funny thing is the quabits. No, not you actually spelled it partially right. Not quabits K. It's quabits K-O. Stupid. Quabits spelled K-W-O-B-I-T-T-S. You are a quabit or quabits as a group. Cringe? In my VTuber stream, it's more likely than you'd think. Hello, Dead Space! So, quabit isn't just a creature. It is a thing. It is a thing you say. It is a thing that you can find. So, if you go onto Twitch, you have redeems a quabit, and if you click on it rare enough, wrong enough, more times enough, you might find a golden quabit. Quabbit points, exactly. You found one. You found a Quabbit. I might try and see if I can add it to YouTube side too, but you have Quabbits now. You are a Quabbit, and you shall find Quabbits in my Quabbit community. And I added noise. I added noise to it too. So, anytime you hit the Quabbit redeem, you get Quabbit noises from me. And again, if you hit the super rare one, you get a special Quabbit, which I had to make before stream because I forgot to make it previously. But I had enough time. I had enough time to make it. Therefore we did it. Now, obviously, if you guys notice, some icons still are the generic Twitch one. I plan to replace them in the future, but that's going to be a long time from now. So I'm trying. So now you no longer just have the Ghost Pepper meme. You have Quabbit, and in the end, if you hit super rare, the excited Quabbit, the super Quabbit, the golden Quabbit. I hope you guys like it. We got logo. We got mascot now. Cause originally you guys were going to be a different creature. However, I did not like the idea of you guys as that creature because that creature is going to be specific to what I do in the future. And then when I went back and I found our little Quabbit here, I was like, hey, why don't you be the new mascot of our channel? Why don't you be the mascot of our channel since you always try to sneak in somehow? And I like him. And I wanted him to be in. I wanted him to be in. So, our Quabbits, our genericness, our 3D-ness, we did it, guys. We have made it. We have taken another step in VTubing. First steps for mankind. Quabbits for all. Kendra plays horror game. Suddenly Quabbit sounds. No, for real. This is gambling. We are gambling. No, for real. And the funny thing is that I plan to add more Quabbits in the future. Different variations with different tonal inflections. You are correct. Let me zoom out so you guys can see. You guys can see your odds. Let me see. Let me see. So let me see so that you guys can actually like. Wait a minute. Okay, no. Yes? Oh wait. There. Oh, there you go. There you go. Quabbit. Oh, crap. I'm screwing up and glitching. I was trying to move myself so that you guys can actually see your rewards. Oh, so people are hitting the jackpot. People are hitting the jackpot. People are hitting their jackpot. The gambling has indeed begun. You better quit. You better quit before you waste your redeems. Me top. Oh yes. But there is also one more thing we must do. And technically it is two things. So let's bring it in. We now need to give credit to the artist who, of course, made this possible. Artist, I'm so sorry I forgot to make a dedicated credit section for you. I'm sorry! I'll do it better next time, I'm sorry, but thank you. I want to thank Mofiz. Thank you for the CHIBI model, the CHIBI Kendra model. Thank you. Oh, Mad Matter transformed into a Quabbit. Thank you. Thank you. And Ezwo0, thank you for the big 3D model. They did so well with the 3D models. The one thing I kept asking them to do, please make the eyes bigger. Because I think my eyes should be big for all to see and be cuter. I am the cutest. They were so wonderful to work with. They have comms open if you guys want to get commissions right now. Again, thank you to these two. Go give them a follow. They are amazing. They're very good at what they do. And there were some delays that happened, which is funny because I wasn't even gonna use them soon, but they were like, I'm so sorry for delays and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm not even gonna do this right now anyways. You are good. You are good. And I was so happy. I was so happy that it ended up coming. It looks so good. You know, I love the way the hair switches around. This is actually the first time. Can I be real with you? This is the second time I've used this model, because I haven't used it. I haven't used it because, like I said, this is for VR chat, and I was gonna use it for when we get into VR chat eventually. And then this is the first time I'm using it. I thought the hair would be still because technically, you know, I'm not a high quality person. You know, because, you know, when I asked for this, I was like at 1K and all that type of stuff. But it's so good. Can you imagine the title, The Original Golden Quabbit? Kendra is so girly pop. Thank you. Thank you. I am totally, I don't even know if I could call myself girly pop, but I am to you. I am to you. Kendra, knight me. I knight thee, the golden Quabbit. Watch all her streams become Quabbit. And along with crediting the artist, like I said, they have their comms open. Their 3D models are way better than me. But I still, that sounds so bad when I say it like that. Basically, they have way even cuter, cooler models over there. And they're open for comms. Give them a follow and give them a commission. They did so well, and they were so kind, and they were so good at what they did. But there was also a few other things, and that has to be that we had to make a few role changes in stream. So if you guys noticed, I don't think he's here, but I did talk to him behind the scenes. I asked X, who was a mod for Twitch, and I do mean was a mod for Twitch. He's not in trouble. I'm gonna say that right now, he was not in trouble, but I ended up swapping a mod role with X with our new mod and honorary volunteer editor, Kuma the Bear. Kuma the Bear is now our voluntary editor and helping me with the channel now. If you guys remember also, for a different incident in the Discord, we had sort of a kind of falling out. What ended up happening, to explain it more further, what happened to, how should I put this? To start from the beginning. Basically what ended up happening was that during one of our Just Chatting streams, I was tired, I was sleepy, but that's still no excuse. What happened was that a couple days before that stream, I had made a joke in my chat about how, you know, when you decomb your hair, if you have corkscrew curl hair like me. And I was laughing and blah, blah, blah. Everybody was in on the joke. Kuma ended up coming into that chat that I just mentioned right now, and he was making jokes about my hair, not as a mean way, but because, you know, he was just kind of joking in the mood, and Kuma always jokes. The thing was, though, is at the time I had gotten scared because I thought Kuma was trying to dox me. It sounds ridiculous now, but at the time I was tired and I was scared and I got paranoid, and at the time, I handled it very, very poorly. I handled it very, very poorly. And we ended up talking it out. And what happened was that I didn't put him on blast on stream, kind of. We'll get to that part. But I ended up putting him on blast in the Discord, and I was like, this, that, and that. And then you guys came out and were like, hey, Kendra, your rules don't say anything about that. And I realized, oh, you are correct about that. And so we ended up fixing the rules, and we ended up, I quote unquote apologized, but doubled down. And then, sometime in June, funnily enough, again, we'll talk about it on Friday, in June 2nd, something told me, go apologize to Kuma. And I went and I apologized to Kuma, and I was like, Kuma, I'm sorry for what I did. I shouldn't have acted like that. I put you on blast like that, and I knew better than that. And then I went on stream and I doubled down on it, and I shouldn't have done that. It was wrong of me to do that, and I shouldn't have really done that. And what ended up happening was that we both made up, we both apologized to each other. Well, no, I apologized. I don't remember if Kuma apologized, but he did apologize for different things in the scenario that could have been done better. And so what ended up happening was that the reason why I also went and apologized to him, not just because of that situation, it was more of what he asked that made me open up to the idea to be like, hey, I need to say sorry for this. And it was the fact that Kuma said, hey, would it be alright if I help you edit on the side and stuff like that? Because at the time I was also very struggling with keeping up with video output. We were a couple of videos ahead, but I just could not keep up anymore, and I got burnt out from making videos. And Kuma stepped in and was like, hey, I can help. And I was like, I'm not sure. And then something was like, go accept his proposal. I did. I ended up apologizing for what ended up happening, and then now he is our honorary editor, and we're now on good terms. I want to say also sorry to you, chat, for those who were there in the Discord, because I handled it poorly and I should not have doubled down on stream about it. It was wrong of me to do so, and it was me using my authority, even though I was paranoid and I was scared, and I care about my family IRL. I don't want us to be in danger, but there's still a right and wrong way to handle things, and I did not handle it right, and I should not have done that. Not only that, but it put you guys in an uncomfortable spot, because some of you guys were like, dang, I guess Kuma's not here anymore. And it'd be one thing if Kuma did something wrong, but he didn't do anything wrong, and I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that where I'm like, the reason why I did it like I did in Discord was because I needed to be called out like that. Because because like I said, I was paranoid and I was really scared. And when I stopped being paranoid and scared, I started not even really being smug. Like I said, I was still technically paranoid and letting my fear be like, yeah, I would do it again, when I really shouldn't do it again. You know what I mean? So yes, Kuma is now a volunteer editor. He's not gonna make all the videos, obviously. He's just gonna help me make videos. And if you, like I said, this isn't just Kuma. If you guys want to make videos too, and you want them on the channel, send them to me. I will post them. I like seeing your guys' videos and stuff. What is it? Bye Mirai. Anyway, I'm out. I burned the time I should be using for studying to watch you. Thank you, Mirai. Thank you. And it's nice that you're in the chat too. Thank you for participating and stuff. Oh, dang, I missed my phone died and I missed the drama. Basically, I got paranoid and scared because I thought Kuma, my editor, was doxing me. He was not. He was just playing one of his usual jokes. I took it too seriously, and then I doubled down the next day. I should not have, and I ended up affecting my work for like 2-3 months. Because I didn't realize that I had done wrong, because I know what happens when that happens. If I do wrong and I ended up not doing the work I'm supposed to, it means something's gone wrong. And something told me to apologize, and something told me to take his proposal, and I apologized. We took his proposal. He now helps me on the channel now. Basically, happy ending for all. Happy ending for all. And like I said, if you see something like that happen with me, call me out on it. I'm not someone who's like free from sin and all that type of stuff. If I mess up like that, I mess up like that. And I need help with stuff like that so that I don't get carried away. I never want to abuse my power as a streamer, which is why I originally did not take up Kuma's offer, because I want to be careful. But this season, because even my mom had to deal with her own thing similar to mine, she was like, I gotta ask for help. And I really needed help. Because I can do this on my own. But it's so tiring, bros. It's so tiring. You know what I mean? Ah, cool. It also didn't help my case was making cringe flirting comments. Yeah! Hello, Bambi. Bambi? Oh! That's right. I'm a deer. Hello, perito! Hola! Oh my gosh. Oh. But thank you. So, and you guys are probably wondering, well, what about X? He was your mod, so he's no longer a mod. I kind of felt it for some time that I think that, it was for him, he wasn't suited for the mod role, but it felt like it was time to, like, you know, give that spot up and give it to someone else. But I didn't want to just kind of leave him out there to, like, dry. So I ended up contacting him and I was like, you're not going to be a mod anymore. You're going to be a VIP now. So, anytime a mod retires, well, I can't guarantee for all mods, depending on what you do, and hopefully some of you don't lose your minds after a while. But basically, anybody who's a mod who steps down from their mod position will become a VIP. And yeah, so pretty much you'll see him have his own little logo every once in a while. He stops in here, and that is that. Can you make me mod? We'll see. Well, speaking of flirting, you're so pretty, Ken. You see that right here? You see that right here? Cringe. This is what I gotta deal with editing with this guy. But that is everything that I can think of that we have changed about and added and revealed and everything on stream. Yeah, that's it. And that's it. Okay, cool. Okay, now I'm ready to retire. Thank you for letting me mod for the last 10 seconds. You're so stupid. All right, everybody. All right. Thank you all for coming to today's stream. I had kind of wanted to do more, but I feel like just focusing on the model was pretty good. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta focus on the model. And the model will like stick around for like a hot minute, and then we'll end up swapping it around tomorrow. If you guys have noticed, we will be playing a fan game I've been following, thankfully, right at the end of development. Thank you. Frick yeah. Name drop the model maker again. Yes, these are the people who made the models. Mofiz is the one who made the Chibi model. Ezwo is the one who made this model. And by the way, oh my gosh, we need to talk about it. We need to talk. Oh my gosh. Oh, the one other thing that I was doing in June. Who here is a fan of Alien Stage? Alien Stage is the icon Ezwo has. Oh my gosh, that was such a good finale. That was such a good finale. That was such a good finale. Oh my gosh. I can't even like begin to like, oh my gosh. For those that don't know, I talked about this during one of my tier list streams. I follow a song series, a multimedia series called Alien Stage by the artist Vivinos. And Viv, that finale, that final music video was so glorious. I listened to Karma all day. It is so freaking good. If you want something similar to Utena, go watch Alien Stage. It's so freaking good. That was good. That was, oh, and the animation was so good. The illustration, that project started, I want to say, at least 4 or 5 years ago. I wouldn't have imagined how that finale we got 4 or 5 years ago, because Vivinos was already a really good animator, and then she ended up bringing on Q Meng, and oh, there was such good end of Utena, end of Evangelion, just, oh, we finally found a song just comparable to Fly Me to the Moon. That is how good Karma was. That was how good Karma was. It is so good. And the music for the music, I'm so waiting for the off vocal. The music that was used in the trailer, bro. It brought back so many Penguin Drum vibes, which is, you know, ironic because Penguin Drum and Utena are by the same creator. Oh, that was so freaking good. I highly recommend it. And Till fans, we made it. Till was always alive. It was so good. Give that series a watch. You will find a favorite song. My favorites are Karma and My Clementis and Wage. And then I think the funny thing is seeing everybody get into Alien Stage right as the finale was kicking in. Man, can you imagine the same type of hype and atmosphere for One Piece where people start getting in at the end? I like your funny words, Magic Deer. Listen. I was, oh my gosh, Alien Stage was, when I say that was a good finale, that was a good finale. The character motivations are really good. I'm still keeping up with the, like I said, it's multimedia. We're getting we're getting English comics, Korean comics, because they're translating them from English to Korean and stuff from Korean to English is all I'm saying. When I say that was a really good finale, I mean that was a really, really good finale. You watch My Clementis and then you go to Karma, it is night and day. And it was just such a good series. So good, and I really, really loved it. Man, and Ruler of My Heart. I know Amelie did a cover of that, which, I'm not gonna say anything, but I do think Bishoujo should collab with Alien Stage so that they can dub them all the songs in English and then get that clout from that. Get that clout and money from that, bro. But it's just me. It's the perfect opportunity, especially since Amelie is now starting to sing all the covers, because you want to capitalize on that type of stuff, you know what I mean? But man, it does sound pretty neat though. Pretty much, it's good. It was a good series, bros. It was a really good series. Following that for the past couple of years was something else. The art got so good. It's like watching an artist who is already good get better. That's how good the series was. And that's why it was so good. I need to go listen to Karma again. It's been a week. I feel we need more VTuber collabs. I want there to be more VTuber collabs. I want there to be more unconventional ones. Can I be real with you? I really, 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 really want more, cause I talk about this sometimes. I talked about it last time. If you guys don't probably notice, I privated one of the streams from the tier list stream because looking back at it, I did not like how it turned out. It was so cringe how it ended up devolving into something that sounded straight out of conspiracy theory. But basically, the point of that stream, it was the one where I covered the stuff with Giga. We'll talk about the Giga stuff at the next tier list. But basically, I didn't like how VShojo does not capitalize on the girls more than they should. Even if some of it is optional, I feel like they could do more for the girls. And one of the things that I really think was a missed opportunity during this entire time was contacting Vivinos and all of Studio Liko from Korea and collabing with them for Alien Stage. Especially since Amelie is starting to cover all the Alien Stage songs, because I know she's covered Ruler of My Heart, which is a Luca song, and she recently covered Hyuna's song, All In. And I'm just like, if she's gonna start covering these, you need to get on that. You need to get on that. Especially with how, When I say Alien Stage blew up, it blew up. That finale was something else. You had to be there. You had to be there. You know what I mean? It's one of those moments where you just had to be there. More VTubers at Dodger Stadium. Exactly. Race girls in NASCAR. Yes. The Smite collab was huge. Yes. More collabs. Because here's the thing. Even if some people have small streamer mentality, there's nothing wrong with having small streamer mentality. Just have small streamer mentality while also making bank. Is that redacted arch nemesis? How are you doing, Kendra? Hello, Max. Hello. Oh, unrelated. Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunter? You know, the funny thing is that I actually was planning on watching that tonight, but I realized I did not have time to set that up because I still got to kind of configure the VTuber model somehow. You know what I mean? But we will be watching that probably next week. We will be watching that next week. What is small streamer mentality? So small streamer mentality is basically when you only think, well, I just want to be with chat. Well, I just want to be with chat all the time and us laughing and talking and stuff. And you still get sponsors and money and stuff. And then you don't... We'll talk about it on Friday. But basically it's when you take advantage of your audience in a way that's kind of like you still think of yourself as a tiny streamer with 100 followers when you're actually a huge streamer with 1 million followers. And then when you get into, say, controversy or whatever, you're like, well, it's not my fault, but it is your fault because you have 100 followers. You have more than 1 million followers and you're trashing on people. And you know you're trashing on people and causing them to attack people, but you're not quote-unquote guilty because you got that small streamer mentality of, well, I'm too small to do anything. You know what I mean? So I see someone who is bigger than small. Exactly. Oh, what if you don't get any of that? You know what I mean? It's like nothing wrong with being like humble. There's a difference between being small streamer mentality and humble. So the opposite of Thor. Yeah. So pretty much what's going on, basically the opposite of what's going on with Pirate Software right now. I barely know what he's going, but if it's the opposite of that, where he knows he has a big audience and he's using that to his advantage, whereas you know you have a big audience, but you're not using it to your advantage in the way of preventing really preventable stuff. And you end up talking trash or talking like crap about people. And then it's like, and people who have that type of small streamer mentality, they're content with it without really adjusting themselves to being bigger. It's something I harp on about all the time. People always have small streamer mentality, small church type mentality, all these small thing type mentality because at one point they were small. But if you keep staying in that small church, small streamer, small anything, small business type mentality, you're gonna look like a privileged idiot. I'm just gonna call it like it is. You're gonna look like a privileged idiot. And then when when everything hits the fan, you can't hide behind I'm small anymore. That's your reality of you're a big streamer now. Unless you recognize it early, which is something I always try and recognize every day. But the problem is that led to a paranoia Fritz. Ken is 3D. You're right. Wait, we went from Thor to Pirate. So apparently this guy named Pirate Software has been going off the deep end because he's mad that a petition he tried to sync succeeded. I don't know anything about Pirate Software. I just know he's cringe with a pretty decent voice that he should actually just go into voice acting for. Some people just shouldn't be content creators. Get a job. Get a life. You're mad about a petition. You literally worked at a big company. Boo-hoo, I guess. Paranoia is not bad. Paranoia is bad when you actually start misusing it to hurt people. We'll talk about it Friday. Because, we'll talk about it Friday. But using myself as an example, I was paranoid. I misused my authority. And then I almost hurt somebody. And it would have been permanent. And I realized in that moment, even though, not even the fact that I'm a small streamer, I realized wow, I've taken my paranoia way too far and my protectiveness way too far, and I need help. And I did. You know? He's a Nepo baby cringe lord. You're missing out on nothing. You are right about this, Max. You are right about this. Yeah, I used to follow him. He should just become a voice actor. Though granted, with an ego like his and how the voice actor industry has decided to grow an ego boost as of late, maybe going into voice acting would be a bad thing for him. But yes, everybody, that is it for today's stream. Thank you all once again for coming to this stream and witnessing a 3D model that you can never forget and you will see more often. He would fit in. He became the next DMC guy whenever that dude on Twitter who said he made DMC pop. Can I be real with you? I had so much respect for the guy because he made Castlevania, and even though it didn't go with Castlevania lore, it still was interesting. I know nothing about Castlevania, but I can see it as like an alternate universe, even though I'm not really all for alternate universe, but it still looked good. It still looked pretty good. I can't say the same for Devil May Cry. That thing looked awful. The animation looked bad. It looked worse than Castlevania. It looked worse than Castlevania. Just as someone who has not watched Castlevania, but has seen the YouTube shorts when the guy announced Devil May Cry, those shorts, Castlevania looked really good. Devil May Cry looked like garbage. That thing looked garbage. Like garbage. First Castlevania show was 100% great. Pretty much. Man, screw that guy. Adi Shankar is a cringe. Bro, he had an unopened copy of Berserk on the side. What if... Okay, now I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat for this. What if he purposely made Devil May Cry the way it is and is hyping himself up and being cringe and stuff like that so that he can work on Berserk and get all the creative freedom he can to make the best Berserk adaptation ever? Because think about it. Think about Berserk in the style of Castlevania. Think about Berserk in the style of Castlevania. He's probably, again, tinfoil conspiracy. He's playing himself up. He's making himself look bad on purpose, and then he comes out with the best adaptation of Berserk ever. And everyone goes like, man, what the crap, this was amazing. Castlevania Nocturne was not so good. It was like 35% good. His Devil May Cry show was about 50% good. Nah, I would lower it by a good 40%. Nobody will let him do it. Here's the thing. Netflix will let him do it. I'm 90% sure he's burning too many bridges at this point. Listen, I don't doubt it. Brother is brother. Brother is all I'm saying. But like I said, it was tinfoil conspiracy. It would be really funny if that was exactly what he was doing. Again, Berserk in the style of Castlevania. It would look good. You can't say it wouldn't look good. At least it would look better than Devil May Cry is all I'm saying. But the funny thing is because of his Devil May Cry show, people started showing clips of Devil May Cry the games. I think I want to play Devil May Cry the games. I don't think Netflix can handle Berserk. Brother, they can't even handle releasing anime on a weekly schedule. You think they can handle Berserk on a regular basis? You know, good and well, they'd probably still give him money though. Imagine he make the best season of Berserk that we'd ever have. Imagine doing that. And then as a result, it gets the Squid Game type treatment. Where they keep upping the budget and just making it more and more and more, just more good and stuff, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Listen, as long as it doesn't look like the Fist of the North Star anime coming out, that thing looked... Listen, there's a reason why the 3D is only in the JoJo openings. I know what they were trying to do with that. So for those that don't know, on Twitter, they released a trailer for a Fist of the North Star anime. If you look at the models closely, what they were clearly trying to do was they were trying to do what the JoJo openings do, where there's a thing of 3D, it's 3D, and it's animated so well. But the issue is that when JoJo did it only as the opening, and then didn't do it anywhere else. Unfortunately, they did it for the entirety of this upcoming Fist of the North Star reboot. There's a reason why it only stayed in the opening, which is only 1 minute long, is all I'm saying. Oh no. Yeah, here's the thing. The 3D models look really good. They look straight out of something from the JoJo opening theme. There's a reason why they don't show up in the anime as fully animated characters, though. You gotta animate them, bro. You gotta actually animate them. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna look worse than Berserk 2016, though. Berserk 2016 was bad for its own set of circumstances, where if you look into it, you're like, how was this even made in the first place? Considering that the director who directed the Berserk the director who made Berserk 2016 had no experience directing anime, period. I don't think anyone can. No, for real. To be fair, the Anime Kingdom was in the same boat as Berserk, but Kingdom changed studios and it got better. Oh, speaking of 3D anime remakes, have you seen the Trigun remake? Yes, I was there day one. I was there day one. I will be there for Stargazer. Listen, that's the only studio that can do good 3D anime. I've been standing orange since Land of the Lustrous. I was there when the manga ended. We are waiting for a season 2. They say they want to do a season 2, but if I have to break into Kodansha and threaten the CEO so that I can get my Hoseki no Kuni Land of the Lustrous season 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that we can get that glorious scene of the 3D beauty, man, Land of the Lustrous would look so, man, what happens in Land of the Lustrous? Oh yeah, manga decks got hit so badly that all the manga got wiped. All the popular manga got wiped, including Land of the Lustrous, which doesn't help because Land of the Lustrous, Manga Dex was the only place where you could get all 108 chapters, unless you go to unofficial sources, that is. Then what I miss? Well, we debuted a Chibi model, and we debuted me. Your names are now Quabbits, the fan name, and I don't know. I don't know. Which, speaking of it, now that it just popped up in my mind, do you guys want to change the hashtag of Dearly2B to Quabbit Time? I want to ask. Do you guys want to change the hashtag of Dearly2B to Quabbit Time? Or maybe not. I don't know. Sure. All right. Yeah, I think Quabbit Time would be a good change. Just to signify you guys have an actual name now, so that I can memorize it, or memorize it forever. Quabbit Time indeed. Either Quabbit or Quabbit Time. That might be more complex of a hashtag. Then maybe we should keep it. We'll fit Quabbit in somewhere. Well, I mean, it's already... well, it could just stay a name. It could just stay the name. And like I said, you guys got Quabbit redeems. Quabbit's gonna show up in more places in the future. So maybe not the hashtag, but it will show up elsewhere. It'll show up more. Oh, it'll show up anyway. Kind of Parasil should have a community name, not gonna lie. Unfortunately, it must be done. If we don't do it now, we won't be able to do it later. That and your original names were gonna be the viruses. The viruses. It'll show up on shirts, no for real. Your guys' original fan name was gonna be the viruses. Yeah. Yeah, there was a reason for that. There was gonna be a lore reason for that. But viruses are a different, viruses? No, viruses. Viruses. The thing is, though, is viruses are a completely separate thing that I'm going to implement in the channel over time. And like I said, the character I want to use to represent the viruses is not going to be the same as the Quabbits, and I didn't really want that. You know what I mean? You can make a small character to represent chat and name it that. Oh yeah, that's what the Quabbit is. That's what the Quabbit is. Quabbits are you guys. You are Quabbits now. You are Quabbits. Be the Quabbit. Man, I've been so upset. I recently got into... So you know, okay, can I be real with you? When I first got into JoJo Bizarre Adventures, I did not like opening 1. I did not like opening 1. Over the years, opening 1 has invaded my mind so deeply. I love it. I love it now. What? Yeah, no, I didn't like it. Because, okay, so you know, because it's like a very specific style of music, I didn't like it. I liked when they said JoJo at the end, but like, I listened to it more, and I'm like, man, this tells a story as if the literal whole point of part 1 is to tell the beginning of the story. Duh. And now I appreciate it. Because originally the only openings for JoJo that I liked were Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town and Bloody Stream. I only like Bloody Stream and Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. Now we add Sonochi no Sarame. Or was it Sonochi wa Sarame or Sonochi no Sarame? Sonochi no Sarame. I'm pretty sure Sonochi no Sarame. Yeah. I don't think the first one is the best. It's mid. The second opening was one of the best ones. Here's the thing. I thought the same thing. That you think the first opening is bad or mid until the right time comes. And then all of a sudden, it's invaded you. And then you want to cover it. And then you want to scream JoJo. My personal favorite was Chase from part 4. I have not listened to any of the openings from part 4. Can I be real with you? I didn't make it that far. I didn't make it that far. I got halfway through part 1. Halfway through part 2, which is ironic because I actually liked part 2. My favorite songs: Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town, Bloody Stream, Sonochi no Sarame, not Golden Requiem, the torture dance song. I'm sorry, that thing was funky. I loved it. Should watch JoJo at some point. Yes, you should. It lives up to his name. It lives up to his name. You just said Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town was your favorite. Yeah, no. If I had to say out of all the openings in order, can I be real with you? I can't really even compare them all on like levels. They are all like equally good. They're all equally good. I did like Fighting Gold when it doesn't have music. I like Fighting Gold when there's no music. I like Fighting Gold when it's just the vocals. I remember one of the voice actors, they were announcing they were doing the dub of JoJo, and they had ripped the vocals from Fighting Gold, and I was like, man, that actually sounds amazing. And then when I actually went to go listen to Fighting Gold, I was like, man, I really want an off vocal version of this. Not off vocal. I want vocal only version of this because the vocalist sounded really good. So did you hear a part 4 opening? No, I have not. I've never really listened to oh no, I did listen to part 4. I think part 4's opening is okay. Not part 4 opening 1. I did not listen to part 4 opening 1. I listened to part 4's second opening. And I liked the motif of getting all 3 singers from part 1, 2, and 3 to sing. That I really loved. That was a masterful decision. Did I like the song? I'll probably have to give it a few more listens because I think I listened to it once or twice and thought it was okay. Crazy Town is part 4. Yes, it was. Also, Ventus, I'm so sorry you said hi. Hello. Also, we fixed the emojis on Twitch side. I almost forgot about that. So, for the longest time, I thought I had put the emojis, the free ones, in the right section. I thought I had put it in the right section because I thought tier 1 was free. As it turns out, tier 1 is the first level of when you get a membership or subscribe and all that type of stuff. And so I was wondering for, not kidding, 2 years straight, why is no one using the reindeer raid, the raid emojis, or using more of the emojis? Because I knew why for YouTube side, the emojis there are locked behind members, but I knew Twitch side did not have that, and I was like, I guess maybe I was wrong. But no, I just put all the free emotes in the wrong spot. So, you all on Twitch side now have access to all the emojis I could fit in there. That I could fit. By the way, Kendra, I have some big anime news that might interest you. Ascendance of a Bookworm Season 4 was announced and is being animated by Studio Wit. I have not watched Bookworm. I kind of think Bookworm's okay, but it's not my interest. It took you 2 years to realize that. Well, it's because I don't really go into Twitch settings often. I hate Twitch settings. I really don't want to be familiar with my settings, but I have to be familiar with my settings. So that sucked. It sucked. It sucked. Hello again. Hello, Baton. But the one anime I'm excited for was announced. Yes, they just recently announced the Holy Grail of Eris. Brothers, we will be watching. I have been waiting for a new chapter since the last time a fan translated it, and they dropped the translation. To have an anime announced means we're going to get free chapters now. You're probably thinking, Kendra, there's no such thing as free chapters. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Wait, that's getting an anime? Yes, it was announced last night. It was announced last night at like 2 something in the morning on my time. Oh, the 100 times the charm too. I did not see that. What, the 100 times the charm anime? Let me see. Charm manga. I was thinking of a different female lead story. There's one with like a dark-skinned prince and a girl who's nervous, and I'm gonna watch it. One of these days we're gonna have an anime adaptation of Under the Oak Tree. One day. Hopefully it's a good adaptation though. Hopefully it's a good adaptation. There's a reason why I'm saying that, because if you know what happens in the first couple of chapters of Under the Oak Tree, for the R18 plus crowd, you're winning. Alright, got a dip for now. Forgot to get something to eat after starting to watching you. Alright, thank you, DM Drox. And to be honest, I think that'll pretty much be it. Reincarnated as a sword. Oh, that did get announced. Kaoru Honda. Was excited for Kaoru Honda. Now I got this to look forward to. Nice. But thank you all for coming to today's stream. Thank you all for just sitting with me and talking. Tomorrow we will get back on track. We will be playing Lustrous Spirit. I'm burping. Alright, we'll be playing we will be playing Lustrous. We will be playing Lustrous Spirit tomorrow, which is a Land of the Lustrous fan game. It's going to be a chill stream. It's going to be a mega chill stream because if you know Land of the Lustrous, very atmospheric game. No, if you know Land of the Lustrous, a very atmospheric manga, and the game is going to be in a very similar vein to that. It's not a lot of stuff to do, since again, it's a fan game, but it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna talk about Land of the Lustrous with you guys. Because again, really good manga, and one of these days I want to do like a manga read along with it with you guys. Really good series. Oh wait, did you get a Switch too? You saw my post when I talked about it. The day I'm getting a Switch 2, I was not gonna get a Switch 2 day one. Number one, I spent my money that day. Literally the days before. Number one, I forgot the Switch 2 was coming out in June, and so I didn't even have enough money to like buy it anyway, because when I remembered that there was a Switch 2, I had the money, but I wanted to get Dragon Quest, so I got Dragon Quest. And then when stuff in June hit the fan, I saw people talking about Switch 2s just all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not buying that. Why would I buy that? Why would I buy that? I'm not buying that, not because it's $500, but because I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like Squidward on the news. I don't want to look like a Squidward on the news is all I'm saying. I still use Wii. To be fair, the Wii's a good console. But no, I will be getting a Switch 2 eventually because I want a Switch. No, because here's the thing. People were always saying, the console's $500 for the bundle, if you're getting the bundle pack, but being like, the console's $400. And I'm just like, yeah. It was always going to be $400. Why did you think it was going to be any cheaper? I have been calculating Nintendo and their games for years. Since I was 13. I have been calculating their games for that long. Not even that long. I have been calculating their games since the Wii. Anytime a console generation went up, unless it was a failure, it always went up by around $10. And consoles would go up every $100. I always knew that the Switch was going to be $400. I had always predicted that. I don't know why people didn't predict that, but I always knew it was going to go up like that. The games, however, jumping to $20 instead of the usual $10 was not what I expected. That was something I did not expect, because I was willing to maybe get a $70 game if I was interested in it. Because not all games I want are going to be $70. Because I'm not really into the super big Nintendo franchises. I'm a plebeian who's into the niche stuff. So all my stuff would probably be around $50, $60 anyway. That being said, $80 for a game, bro? $80 for a game in this economy? You're going to now be starting to see kids get games once a year. That's how bad it is, bro. I ain't buying it. Used console being bricked just made me give up on the system. That makes way too much sense. Wii U should be free with how much it flopped. The Wii U is the reason why the Switch was $300 to begin with. Do you think they would have made that listen, do you think the Switch really would have been $300 at launch? If the Wii U failed? No! I actually predicted that the Switch would go up in value. The original Switch would go up by 100, but I also predicted that they would go down if the Wii U was a failure. And the Wii U was a failure. And I really, then like I said, I predicted, though, if the Switch is if the Switch is not a failure, it would jump up by 100. And I braced myself for that. And any bundle pack would definitely be that much. Compare that to Sony, who has no games, yet I'm still paying $700. Not me, though. I'm not a Sony pony, and I'm not paying for something with no games. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. At least with Xbox, you get Xbox Live and the Xbox Pass. And then you can get all sorts of games and probably emulate Nintendo games and have Minecraft and have YouTube and have the internet. What's Sony got? A brick. That's how bad they are. A brick. They are a brick of a brick. Can't even lay the console on the side without trying to fry itself. And Nintendo never drops their prices. Yeah. Notice how they didn't do this Nintendo Select. This console cycle. Notice how they didn't do the Nintendo Select. The moment that you saw 0 Nintendo Select announcements should have showed you they know you're gonna buy. Do you know why they made the console $400 also? Because they know you're gonna buy. They know you were going to buy. That's also the reason why they made the dang games $80. Because they knew you were gonna buy. Sony distributes malware with their CDs at one point. Water is wet. But other than that, everybody, that will be all for today. Thank you all once more for coming into stream, talking with me, and just celebrating. Man, I like my PS5. Here's the thing, I wouldn't dislike PS5s if they had more than one game. More than 5 games. Like the PS5. The 5 stands for 5 games. I'm just kidding. Moonar! Quick distractor again. This was back in 2005. Looks at the shelf of PS5 games. But let us see who we shall raid. Who shall we raid on YouTube side? Whew. Redirect people to we've got a oh, Rooney. Why not Rooney? She's playing Resident Evil 1. And on Twitch. Now here's the thing, how do I raid? How do I raid? On Kick. Cause I forgot we got Kick now to raid people with. None of the streamers I watch are live because I only follow 2 people on here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll find someone eventually. We'll find someone eventually. But on YouTube, on Twitch, we shall raid Poppy64 with their own special events. So, thank you all for coming to this 3D stream. You will see Chibi Ken more. You will see 3D Kendra more. My little Quabbits, that sounds cringe. My Quabbits, thank you all for waiting for me this entire month. It has been a stressful month. But we are now back in order. Back in business and doing our best. Alright? Alright. See you all next time. Kendrillion out.